guys. Happy Friday. Woo! Mr. Starkweather, welcome back. Retro Glitch Jonathan, what's up, man? What is up? Obviously, you can tell I just got back from being out and about. Got all these video game and toy commercials lined up. And this, my friends, is the growler of beer that I picked up on Tuesday. It's been sitting in my fridge. And I'm very excited to get it because it's a very hard beer to get. And I know it looks like a jug of pee, but it's not. Oh, I just opened it and it smelled so good. So this holds about, I think, 5 beers. It's pretty good. Oh my goodness, that smells good. Look at the camera can get. Whoa, the camera can get on this. Look at that. Retro Glitch Jonathan says, not much. How was the morning stream? The morning stream was really good. Can't go wrong with Silent Hill 2. Try to get more of Spawn on there. Do you guys want to see more of Spawn? Let me get Spawn moved over. Sorry. That was probably very unattractive. Anyway. Bam. Alright, everyone. Cheers. Happy Friday. Oh my goodness. That's good. That's really good. Alright. So we got a bunch of stuff here. We're going to start out with 90s game commercials. Lionel Starkweather says, I made my own beer with bread and yeast. It smells pretty good. It was sitting on the shelf for 3 months. That's pretty cool. I've always admired people that can, like, brew their own beer, make their own hops and all that crazy stuff. I'm way too lazy for that kind of stuff. Way too lazy. I admire people that have the patience for stuff like that. I'm not one of those people. Alright. Should we get the show started? Should we give anyone else more time to show up? Let me know what you guys think. Retro Glitch Jonathan says, give a little more time. Alright, I'll give a little more time to people. I guess while we wait for some people to show up, we can just play a game, right? No harm in that. Just go with some Street Fighter while we wait for them. Turn the game audio down. There we go. Lionel Starkweather says, what alcohol percentage is on that beer? This is 12%. They make this all in-house. That's why it's so hard to get, because it sells out immediately once they have it. Let's do Third Strike. Why we wait for people to show up. Tell me when you guys are ready and I'll just start the toy commercials. I'll try out Q. Q is such a weird character. Let's just try Q. See how good I do as Q. And let me know how the game audio is compared to my voice. Oh, I'm Red Q. You know, Q doesn't have any other appearances in Street Fighter games except for this one. He literally almost has no backstory either. Wow, this guy's kicking my ass. I'm not surprised. Q is such a slow, chode robot guy, whatever he is. And I waste my special. Bam! Got him. Lionel Starkweather says, sure thing. Kyle94, what's up, man? What is up? Just waiting for people to show up to chat, man. Before we get the actual show started. Decided to play a little bit of Street Fighter Third Strike while we waited. How you all doing? Happy Friday. How's the audio? Oh my gosh, this guy won't stay still. There we go. Come back here. Bam! That's right, I got my Q skills down now. Bam! Fear the Q. No! Waste my special. Kyle says, how are you enjoying the Spawn? LOL, it looks great. Spawn is amazing. I know I want more of it. I wish I could get fit more of him in the stream. But that's right there. Do you see him? It's pretty fucking awesome. He's huge. He's fucking huge. 6 foot tall, man. 6 feet tall. Indeed, it looks badass. It is huge. Man, I'll tell you, the hardest part of putting that whole thing together was the base. Because you're trying so hard to snap the pieces in without like bending it or creasing it or hurting it, you know what I mean? I think I did a pretty good job. Alright, let's beat up on 12, and then after we beat up on 12, we're gonna start the show. 12 is a weird-ass character, too. Q and 12 are probably the weirdest characters in this game. Q's like what the inside of a Stretch Armstrong looks like all the goo. I've never seen 12 fly like that. That was pretty cool. Q is such a weird character, man. Gotcha, sucker. Oh. And like that, we're done with Q, or we're 12. We beat him. Alright, you guys ready for me to start the show? I think we got more people in here now. We're ready. I'm gonna stop the music. I'm gonna turn up the audio a little bit so you guys can... I can make sure you guys can hear the actual commercials. There we go. And make sure if there's any kind of funky audio issues, just let me know and I'll fix it. Alright. Let's go down nostalgia memory lane together tonight, guys. Happy Friday. Cheers. I'm not drinking pee even though it looks like this. Double Dragon 2. You guys remember when actual commercials put hard work into them?
The best action game ever from Acclaim.
Double Dragon 2's pretty fun.
Mario! Mario!
Oh man. Who doesn't remember this commercial? This commercial came on, I feel like, more times than any Nintendo commercial I ever saw in my entire life when I was a kid. Besides the Super Smash Bros. Commercial. If you guys remember that. How's the audio?
Greetings, it is I, Red.
Hold on. Kyle94 says, Happy Friday, dude. Happy to catch a stream. Commercials were actually kind of fun to watch sometimes. Yeah, we haven't done a streaming of commercials and toy commercials and stuff like this in like 2 months, so it's about time. And Super C, I have this game. I actually have all the Contra games on NES. And I think Super C is not super rare. Contra Force is what's rare. I do have Contra Force.
Falcon, the vile alien warlord from Konami Super C for Nintendo. He never made it past my intergalactic goon squad and diabolic
That's a pretty badass costume, I must say.
Against my vicious genetic space freaks. And they were no match for my invincible.
That's so awesome. He's got kids' heads on his wall. That's hilarious.
You never know where you might end up.
You would never see that nowadays in commercials. That would imply too much that kids died. God forbid.
Killer game from Nintendo. Dr. Mario. Wow. But it ain't what you think. He gets to zap these viruses.
This
And with 2
freaking
players,
nerd.
you can actually track
Isn't
the
that
other
funny
guy.
that, like, this is how gamers were portrayed back in the 80s and 90s? Like, the geeks, you know? Huge glasses, the weird curly hair, clothes that didn't fit you properly. It's pretty funny, actually. Lionel Starkweather says, the only commercials I will watch willingly. I mean, I like these old ass commercials, especially during Halloween. It's like a tradition for me during Halloween.
Remember, kids, try this at home.
Is I always watch old Halloween
Hey, you can get it for
commercials
Game Boy too.
every year, just for fun. F-Zero, huh?
Nothing prepares you for F-Zero, created for the new Super Nintendo Entertainment System. You won't believe the power.
You know, I actually don't have F-Zero on my Super Nintendo. That sounds like a freaking crime, I know. I don't have it.
Until you experience it for yourself.
Wow, that's fast.
F-Zero for the ultimate G-Force, only on the next generation from Nintendo. Now you're racing with power, super power.
That was a pretty fucked up commercial. That kid got smushed. It's good ass commercials, man. Nintendo didn't spare any expense in these commercials, it seems like. I don't know why the audio is so low for this commercial. I can't even fucking hear this one. I don't own... Well, actually, do I own Star Tropics? I don't think I own Star Tropics on NES. And I know it's a good game. I just don't know why I haven't run across it.
Danita Stokes, president of HAG.
Now let me ask you guys, where did you stand when it came to the console wars? Because kids nowadays, I don't think really comprehend what the console wars was. Because kids now are not pumped full of commercials like kids in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s were. Commercials are a thing of the past as far as getting a product out there now. I mean, the closest a kid ever comes to a commercial is on YouTube, and that's for like Raid Shadow Legends or something like that, you know? But the console wars back then, it literally felt like a real thing. Like kids were picking sides, you know? Kids were picking sides and being like, no, Sega Genesis. No, Super Nintendo, man. But in reality, it was because your parents aren't going to buy you another console. Because I guarantee if I was given the option as a kid, do you want both consoles? And I'd be like, fuck yeah, I do. I don't know why the audio for this commercial is so damn low. Kyle94 says, I always and still do think it's kind of silly. Yeah, the console wars was silly, and it's completely generated by the big companies just to promote sales. Retro Glitch says, I was a Sega person as a kid. I only knew one kid that owned a Sega. And I would go to his house and bring my NES, and we would like switch off. I'd bring my NES and Zelda 2, because for some reason that kid really liked Zelda 2. I like Zelda 2 as well, The Adventures of Link, but he really was like getting into Zelda 2. And I think for Sega Genesis he had Toe Jam and Earl, and Comic Zone, which Comic Zone blew my mind as a kid. Especially because I loved comic books, and you're jumping from panel to panel. I thought it was fucking amazing back then. It's only a game? Super Ghouls and Ghosts, huh? This is one of the hardest games. I don't care what anyone says. On NES and Super Nintendo are these games right here. The Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts games. As well as Demon's Crest and Gargoyle's Quest. Hardest games on the systems. Lionel Starkweather says they cost a lot back in the day. They did. They cost, well, I think the NES cost $100. And the Super Nintendo was probably, I want to say $200 back then.
You must battle boss characters and evil enemies through a myriad of the most complex.
But back then, when you bought a system, you get 2 controllers and you would get 1 game with the system normally. That kept going all the way to the PlayStation 2, I want to say, where you got a bundle or 1 game and 2 controllers. That's why I think where it stopped was the PlayStation 2.
Proceed to Devil Forest and watch out for the wicked water reptiles, snakes, spiders.
This
and
commercial's
man-eating
really bad
plants that
quality.
seem to be very hungry. In the underground cave, you'll do well to keep your eye on the rocks.
I don't
And
have...
remember, things are slippery
Oh,
when
actually,
they're
do I
wet.
have Castlevania?
As if there isn't
No,
enough
I have
to
Contra.
afford. You need to grab
I don't have
as
this
much
game on Super Nintendo either.
magic potions and
Because this
power-ups
game
as
costs a
humanly possible.
buttload of money if you want
After
it.
you complete 10 of the toughest levels
buttload.
created for the Super NES, you'll find yourself in Dracula's tower. And if you can get past his gang, you will defeat the evil one himself. The intense
I don't even know if I ever
action
played
makes
this
other
one. I have
adventures look
Castlevania
like
Bloodlines,
kids
but I don't have this
With
one.
Konami's Castlevania 4, you can count on spellbinding sales.
And I know Bloodlines and this one, I think people argue the most, are like the best 2 in the Castlevania series. Link to the Past. In my top 3 Super Nintendo games of all time. This was such a weird-ass
calls you
commercial.
to the ultimate battle of good against evil.
This commercial didn't really like do much.
To a quest few are prepared for, and fewer still survive. But perhaps now the power is within your
It doesn't even look
grasp.
like Link.
It's the game that's already a legend. The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Only on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now...
I want to pause that right there. When... That's why I find this hilarious. When did you ever see Link pull out the Master Sword on a fucking mountain? And Link to the Past, Link doesn't even have blonde curly hair. He has pink freaking neon hair.
You're playing with superpower.
Super Mario Kart. I still like this game a lot. I don't know why some people hate on Super Mario Kart.
Let's go racing! It's Super Mario Kart Funny Car Madness! Only on Super NES! Turn the track into a giant mud pit! Burn rubber on ice!
I would play this game with my brother and sometimes with my cousins non-stop. Super Mario Kart. I'd always choose Toad, or not, yeah, Toad. No, not Toad, Koopa. I'd always choose Koopa. I just liked Koopa for some reason. Hedgehog 2, huh? Why is the audio like really low for you guys as well? It's like really low on my end. Oh my god.
It even slices and dices, makes thousands of julienne fries.
Don't do that with your guys' systems or your games. Don't try to chop celery. What a weird ass commercial.
Years of family fun, and pets love it too. Buy the Sega Genesis that comes with Sonic 1 and get Sonic 2 free. Act now. Wiener Dog Sweater sold separately.
Get Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 for free, huh? Star Fox, another game I don't own. I never played Star Fox really on the Super Nintendo except for a couple times because we didn't own it. The only time I really spent a lot of time in Star Fox was Star Fox 64. Lionel Starkweather says because they're bad at it. Retro Glitch Jonathan says they probably hate Super Mario Kart because they can't pass the last lap in the Rainbow Road. That's the one thing that I like about Super Mario Kart compared to Mario Kart 64 is there's no way to cheat in Super Mario Kart. Mario Kart 64, people cheat in that game all the time. Koi Fish, what's up, dude? What's up, man? Kid just went to bed. What's up, man? I just got back from my kid's ice skating practice. Finally sitting down with a nice cold beer that I've been waiting all week to have. This game, Secret of Mana, it's funny, me and Koifish were kind of just talking about this today. Secret of Mana is one of my favorite RPG games on the system. I like it better than Final Fantasy. I like it better than any other RPG on the system. And I've played Earthbound before. Secret of Mana tops Earthbound for me. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. That's the one, you know, say whatever, people could say whatever they want about Sega and Genesis, but Sega had really good, entertaining, and fun commercials. They were just so out there compared to Nintendo's commercials, you know.
New Sonic 3 is now available at a store near you. New Sonic 3 game cartridge and Sega Genesis sold separately.
That was the Model 2 Sega Genesis, I think.
Before Nintendo came out with Super Metroid, we wanted to make sure it was the most intense Metroid battle.
Super Metroid, that's another, that's in my top 3 Super Nintendo games as well, Super Metroid. I love that game. Love it. I don't know why I haven't streamed that yet. That's something I definitely should stream. It's a game I played just as much as I played Link to the Past. Koifish says, you should try Secret of Evermore. I know, Evermore never came out here though, that's why I never got to play it as a kid. Player ROM hacks, the game's music was composed by the guy from Elder Scrolls. Sweet. I do have this, Super Punch-Out's great. Final Fantasy III, which I don't own on Super Nintendo, unfortunately. Anything Final Fantasy related is like crazy expensive most of the time when it's on older consoles. Except for Final Fantasy VII, I think has dropped a lot in price over the last few years. And I even have the misprinted one on PlayStation.
Do you have what it takes? Final Fantasy III from Squaresoft. Next.
And this is my favorite Sonic game right here. Sonic and Knuckles, of course.
Sega presents one champion of good, one pawn of evil.
I love Knuckles, man. He's like the Green Ranger of the Sonic games.
It also comes with lock-on technology. Plug in Sonic 2.
Lock-on technology.
Plug in Sonic 3 for 34 megs of power, new worlds,
that's
and
great.
surprise endings. Sonic and Knuckles with lock-on technology.
I mean, that's a smart business move right there. It's recycle
cartridges and Sega Genesis each sold.
I mean, fuck yeah, you get Sonic and Knuckles, and then you can recycle kids playing or buying the first 2 games in order to get extra stuff. That's a genius move right there from Sega. Donkey Kong, man. Donkey Kong Country is a game that I played with my cousins all the time. It's also a fond memory because I played it with my one cousin who was way older than me at the time. He was in high school when I was in elementary school, and we would play it all the time. And unfortunately, he passed away like 5 years ago. But yeah, it was a very fun memory that I have with him as a kid.
Alright, son, what they look like?
Well, he was pink.
Caucasian?
No, pink.
Big, you saying?
Yeah, like a big marshmallow.
What did it?
That dude's a famous actor, isn't he?
An avalanche, and he dumped all these little blobs on me. And the only way that I could survive was if I buried my buddy in boulders.
Oh, look, he's a cutie.
I forget what movie that guy's in.
Or try Kirby's Dream Course. It's Psycho Golf in 3D, only for Super NES.
Alright, son. Marshmallow?
Koifish says, man, I miss these commercials. Everything sucks now. It does. I was saying that at the beginning of the stream. It's amazing how much effort and money was put into game commercials and toy commercials back in the day.
Help for Wonder.
save the planet from hideous destruction.
Nowadays, you just see like really highly rendered CGI cutscenes that have nothing to do with the game.
The ultimate test is the encounter with a powerful Gygas.
Earthbound is a very fun game, but for me, it's nowhere near Secret of Mana or Chrono Trigger. I'd even take Chrono Trigger over Earthbound. Earthbound is another game that I don't own on Super Nintendo.
In Earthbound from Nintendo.
It's too much money. I'm not going to spend $300 on Earthbound or $100 on Earthbound. If I find Earthbound for like $40 maybe or cheaper, then I'll get it.
When is too much too much? To find out, we crammed everything into Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Island, man. I cannot tell you how many hours I put into Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island was fucking awesome. Some of these commercials are so fucking gross, too. That dude literally just exploded.
Still the big one.
They totally stole that from Monty Python. You guys remember that skit from Monty Python where the guy just eats and eats until he blows up? Koifish says, did you sew the Super Mario Kart Japanese one or Super Mario RPG Japanese? They're funny as fuck. I don't think either one of those have come up yet. I think I've seen what you're talking about, though. Is it the one where like all the people are like dancing? Like they did basically almost a music video for that. I have Super Mario RPG complete in box, like pristine. Ooh, Crash Bandicoot. Who doesn't love Crash Bandicoot? This is my favorite commercial as a kid. I fucking love this commercial, and this is the costume I talked about in the stream earlier this week. If I had all the money in the world, I would find a way to get this costume so I could wear it. I'd wear it to every convention, I'd wear it on stream, I'd wear it every Halloween. That is the coolest gaming costume I've ever seen when it comes to a mascot. Such a great costume. Kirby Superstar.
Seen a rash of these lately. TMK. TMK. Too much Kirby. Think you can't get too much.
Oh my god. What are they trying to say? Kirby's like a fat fuck? Just can't stop eating or what? Oh my god. This is like Willy Wonka's secret room. I don't want to know where she shoved that needle. Super Mario 64. This was a game changer. This was a complete changer of the gaming industry at that time. I remember when I saw this when it came out, and I was like, whoa! Great game. Great game. It's a game that me and my wife still play sometimes. Me and my wife still play from time to time on the 64. Banjo-Kazooie, Mario 64, Mario Kart, and all three of the Mario parties.
An evil empire is sucking the life force from the planet, destroying all that's in its path. It's up to one
Final Fantasy, man.
To save the world. If he succeeds, he will survive.
Lionel Starkweather says thick. Koifish says so long, gay Bowser. That is what it sounds like he's saying.
Final Fantasy 7.
Kyle94 says I love Mario 64 so much, and I'm still terrible. Dude, did you not beat Mario 64? Mario 64 is awesome. Oh, Spyro. This is when Spyro was still badass before Skylanders came around and completely, like, turned him into a giant mutated chode.
Just look what he did to me!
What?
What? Barbecue. Ow! Would you cut it out, Slim?
PlayStation.
Can't get away with commercials like that anymore. You can't make fun of fat people or anything like that. Abe's Odyssey. This game I put so many hours into and was the only kid in my class that could beat this game. My brother would watch me play this all the time because it was just too hard for him to play, but he really wanted to see what happened to Abe. I fucking love Oddworld. Oddworld is amazing. Kyle94 says, well, the person who had the cart before me beat it. Oh my god.
Guess who's back?
After a short vacation, Crash
I need this costume. Guys, you need to help me find
huge, all-new 3D environment.
this costume for Crash Bandicoot, because if I find it, I need to get it.
He'll even have to avoid a stampeding polar bear.
Did you guys know Universal Studios owned Crash Bandicoot all the way up to Crash Bandicoot 3?
And he's better than ever.
Retro Glitch says, Kyle, same, I can't even finish it, Mario 64. It's stressful. Really? Mario 64 is fucking great. It's very annoying at some parts, like where you gotta get the red coins by circling the eyeballs on the little tiny pillar.
You'll be one man against an entire squad of high-tech
Metal
special
Gear
ops.
Solid.
If you want to survive, you gotta have brains. You have to be in peak physical condition. The fate of the free world is in your hands, soldier.
I don't remember Snake ever having to hula hoop or
Suicide mission.
swim in a kiddie pool or anything like that.
Metal Gear Solid.
PlayStation.
Lionel Starkweather says, back then when they didn't censor things so damn much. Exactly. And the funny thing is, I feel like things are only censored.
They're back. They're back.
I don't give a shit about basketball, to be honest with you, but
NBA Live.
I never owned a basketball game except for NBA Jam.
EA Sports.
Oh my god, Crash Bandicoot Warped? Fuck yeah.
Too hard on the legs. Yeah, that's close enough.
I do want to stream Crash Bandicoot Warped next week and beat that, just like we beat Crash Bandicoot 2 earlier.
All right.
Koi Fish says, Uncanny Valley. Is that a game? Oh my god, the motorcycle racing levels in Crash Bandicoot 3 are so annoying sometimes. Because they literally cheat. Ocarina of Time, another great N64 game. How many of you guys have beaten Ocarina of Time? And beaten Majora's Mask? I like Majora's Mask better, personally, just for the darker story. But I love both of these games. This was another game back in the day on 64 where I just like, it blew my mind coming from NES Zelda as a child to seeing a game like this for Zelda. And you know what I think is great about... I don't think this happens very much anymore when it comes to innovation. Let me pause this so I can explain it. I don't think this happens very much anymore when it comes to consoles and innovation. When you think of like me coming from NES, right, as a kid, and then it jumps to Super Nintendo, jumps to 64, PlayStation, all this stuff, you're constantly feeling like you're learning, right? You're learning a new system. You're learning new things because the graphics have changed, the games have changed. And I think we're at a point now where evolution for games has kind of halted or is stalled. You know what I mean? You take the first NES Zelda and then you jump to the 64 Zelda. It's like there's so many... You learn so much stuff in between all of those different games in between there in those times. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I mean, you look at the modern Zelda game right now, Breath of the Wild, and it's nothing... It's not very much different than a 64 title, if we're being honest. It's just bigger, the graphics are more updated, and the mechanics are a little more updated, but it's nothing super different than the 64 titles, if that makes sense. So I feel like modern gaming is kind of at a standstill right now as far as evolution. Oh my god, Silent Hill? We were just playing that today. What the fuck? This is a weird ass commercial. I don't think I ever saw this one. A TV in a padded room. Okay, I guess I'm gonna buy that game. That's not the commercial I remember for the first Silent Hill game.
This fall, the most anticipated action-adventure epic of the year. A story of one man's struggle to save
I never played this
mankind
Final
from
Fantasy game.
extermination, and his quest to capture the heart of the woman he loves. If he is to succeed, he will need intelligence, strength, courage. You, on the other hand, will need a
Looks interesting. Of course, they always show cutscenes for Final Fantasy. Sonic Adventure. I never got to play this. I didn't have a Dreamcast back in the day. Whoa, this is a pretty cool commercial, though. They've got all of Sega's characters in one place at a freaking rave party.
Yo, Sonic! Man, stay off the light speed.
My bad.
That's a pretty cool commercial. You don't see commercials like that anymore. Where do you see Unity with freaking video game characters on a system anymore? You don't see that very often. Koifish says, gameplay has little room to evolve now because the hardware is not holding it back. I guess that's true. Oh my god, Spyro, kill that nerd. Yeah! See, Spyro was a little badass back then, before he became like Skylanders bullcrap, whatever he is. Koifish says the battle system was weird, but it's very comparable to 7. Oh, that last game, yeah. Tomb Raider. Yeah, where are all the Tomb Raider commercials? Tomb Raider was a very influential game franchise on the PlayStation. Where the hell did that game franchise go?
Secret tombs. Ancient curses.
I don't consider the new Tomb Raiders on PS4.
Will the next Tomb
I mean, they're Tomb Raider games in name.
Get the game and find out.
But this is... Lord, why did it become wrong? Answer me this. Let me pause this real quick. Why did it become such a wrong thing in video games to have a action hero woman be sexy? When did that become wrong? Why is that wrong? I don't understand. I understand where they're trying to go with the new Tomb Raider games. They're like, well, women characters need to be... Well, actually, no. You know what? No, I don't understand it. I don't understand it because Lara Croft was a badass. She's a spy. She's a killer. And she's supposed to be sexy like you would think any other fucking character when you're thinking of secret agents. Like, look at James Bond. James Bond is the same way. He's supposed to be sexy. He's supposed to be able to kill people and treasure hunt. Indiana Jones, same way. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why is it wrong? I don't know. I'm not sexist. I love women. But I don't like when you try to change. Whatever. Lionel Starkweather says SJW. Yeah, whatever. I'm not even gonna go on these kind of rants because whenever I do, it just whatever. Koifish says the world is not allowed to be fun anymore. Yeah, you got that fucking right. Alright, this is one I was really looking forward to that I downloaded. 18 minutes of spooky video game commercials. Lionel Starkweather says they want women to look like Abby from the Last of the Hulk. I refuse to play The Last of Us 2. I'm not going to pay money to get angry. Medieval was a fucking cool game. I didn't buy the remaster or reboot of Medieval, but Medieval was a fucking great game on PlayStation. What I'd like to know is what the fuck happened to Gex, man. Gex needs a new fucking game. Even though Gex would be, I guess, really politically incorrect now because he's a secret agent gecko that likes to have sex with human women. Same thing with Conker's Bad Fur Day. Oh my god, Simon's Quest. I actually like Simon's Quest. I'm like one of the few people that I know that actually enjoys Simon's Quest. But the only reason why I enjoy... I gotta explain this. The only reason why I enjoy Simon's Quest is because it plays right into my OCD of needing to frickin' grind over and over and over and over for a while to get items. I don't know why I enjoy that so much. But I do. That's why I love RPGs so much, you know? Lionel Starkweather says, don't play it, it's shit. I'm not gonna play it. I'm not playing Last of Us 2. It's not getting my money. I'm not supporting it. Koifish says, I was thinking the other day, I need to play Grim Fandango Remastered. That game was so ahead of its time. Okay, I have played that because I loved Grim Fandango. Grim Fandango Remastered is actually really good. They didn't change anything. The graphics are just overhauled a little. But it's really good. Take my word on that. And if you have Xbox Game Pass, it's free on there right now, by the way. Grim Fandango, fucking great game. The remaster is solid. Kyle94 says, Gex couldn't work now because his premise is channel surfing. It'd be kind of hard to make him relevant, I think, anyways. Kyle, I mean, you're not wrong, right? A lot of actually, no, you're not wrong, because a lot of the jokes in Gex and Gex 3 have to do with TV shows and movies of those generations. So, a lot of the jokes that he makes, no kid's gonna understand what those jokes mean now. I don't know. If they could find a way to make it work, I mean, South Park somehow stays relevant, right? I'm sure, actually, you know what? They could make Gex relevant. If they did, like, the South Park model and just brought Gex into the modern time and just made fun of all the stuff that we currently have going on as he's channel surfing, it might work out. It might. I'd love to see a new Gex game. Gex 3 was fucking bad on 64. I mean, Gex... I'm not Gex 64. Sorry, I'm thinking of Earthworm Jim 64. Gex was on 64 and PlayStation. I love Gex 3. I'm thinking of Earthworm Jim 64 is fucking shitty.
Say his only weapon against the maggot-eating ghouls who took her.
Splatterhouse?
And you say you
Yeah,
play this
I love Splatterhouse.
Splatterhouse. Only for the TurboGrafx 16 system from NEC.
If I could have... That's a game collection I'd love to complete, is having all the Splatterhouse games. I only have Splatterhouse 3. I'm proud of having Splatterhouse 3. It has the most badass artwork out of all of them. Fucking movie worthy. But I think Splatterhouse 2 is probably the best as far as gameplay. Oh, Mortal Kombat 3. That was a good game. Kyle94 says, my sister was born in 99, and though Gex was the most annoying dude ever and didn't get a lot of what he said, so she thought they were his lines. If it was redone and he would just spout memes. Or if you think of it the other way, Kyle. I gotta pause it here. Or think of it another way. If Gex was redone now, he might spout some memes, or he'd make fun of meme culture. That's why I say the South Park route. Like, he'd make fun of meme culture. He'd still make all the cheesy 90s one-liners that he used to make. And make fun of all the shit that's current today. Like, I could see a level of him being thrown into, like, a modern superhero movie and be like... And they'd have to make the game M-rated for it to work. Gex would have to go from the teenage rating to the M rating for this to work. You'd have to... Like, him getting thrown into a modern superhero movie for one of his levels and being like, what the fuck is this? You know, like... Where the fuck is my Michael Keaton Batman movie? What the fuck kind of Batman movie is this? You know, stuff like that. It could be done. It could be done. I really think it could work. You know, whoever made Gex, hire me. I could write the fucking game. Koifish says, Gex could easily be a Deadpool and break the fourth wall. Oh, yeah. Easily. Fucking Dino Crisis, man. The game that everyone wants Capcom to remake. Dino Crisis 1 and 2. I don't think they're gonna do it. Silent Hill 3, I still need to fucking get this game.
You make a sound, and they'll hear you.
Silent Hill 3 is fucking great. It really is. And like I was saying this morning during my Silent Hill 2 stream, it's the only game that I have yet to reacquire after selling all of my PlayStation stuff back in the day. The only one. The fuck commercial is this? I'd pick up that guy. Oh, Medieval? Oh, Medieval 2. I never got to play Medieval 2. By the time Medieval 2 came out, the Nintendo 64 was out. Doomsday. That's great. Anything Doom I love. Lionel Starkweather says, no snowflake allowed. Exactly. You know, that's why I feel like we don't see a lot of games now that we would have seen in the 90s and the early 2000s, no problem. That's why we don't, that's why we don't see another Twisted Metal. That's why we don't see Gex. That's why we don't see Conquer. We don't see Earthworm Jim even. Earthworm Jim had a lot of innuendos in them about certain things. Because I just think that people are not going to be able to handle the shit in it. But I mean, South Park is still super successful. I think if people just make the game and take the chance, the game would be successful. Deadpool was successful, right? So, I never saw Deadpool, but... Oh look, Harry Mason, Silent Hill. See, that's a better Silent Hill commercial than Silent Hill 2's commercial. Illbleed, oh my god. This is on my, like, top 3 lists right now of a horror game to buy. I have been trying to find Illbleed for the past 5 years. I've been trying to find Illbleed on Dreamcast. For the past 5 fucking years. It's like one of my top 3 most wants for a horror game. And I cannot get it anywhere. And I'm not going to go on eBay and spend freaking like $200, $300 for a Dreamcast game. I'm not going to do it. Is this Shadow Man? I think it is. Shadow Man's fucking awesome. I have Shadow Man 1 and 2. Koifish says, nothing disturbed me as much as D2 back in the day. I never got to play D2. I always wanted to. I can't get it though. I refuse. When it comes to buying games, I refuse strictly to buy anything that's like more than $50. And like, I kick myself now because I probably could have gotten Illbleed 5 years ago when it was still like $60, $70, and even then I was like, no, I'm not gonna get it. I'll wait till it drops down, and then it never dropped. It just got more expensive. What is this, Addams Family game? Addams Family Values. Oh, that game sucks. Great commercial, though. Oh, look, it's Fester's Quest fucking 2.
Addams Family Values on Super Nintendo.
Remember mail-in offers? How many of you can say... How many of you freaking remember mail-in offers for games? Holy crap, I haven't heard that in a long time. Mail-in offers for movies and games. Wow. And yeah, if any of you never knew this, if you ever see any game made by Oceans of America Incorporated, which is Addams Family Values, or fucking Batman Returns, or Batman Forever, not Returns, Batman Forever, or the one that like punches me in the balls every time was Mighty Max on Super Nintendo, made by Oceans of America. Ocean, to me, is one of the game companies that's not talked about enough. Everyone wants to talk about LJN and how shitty LJN was. Well, Ocean was just as fucking bad. Ocean was just as bad as LJN. I fucking hate Ocean. Koifish says, well, you can still play it on Dreamcast. It had no security. That's what killed it, the lack of a DVD drive. I do realize that I could burn Illbleed onto a DVD, and I would do it. I will do it one of these days eventually if I can't get the game. But I still, like, it's the collector in me, why I want it physically, you know? It's that weird thing of actually wanting it. Lionel Starkweather says, do I feel old yet? I feel old every day I wake up. I mean, look at my streams every day. It's mostly, it's shit that came out 20 years ago or more. Koifish says, do you remember getting Friday the 13th tattoos from Chips? I do. I remember getting Ninja Turtle tattoos in fruit snacks and shit like that. Getting movie tickets for Ninja Turtles, the first movie, when you would buy a VHS copy of a Ninja Turtles cartoon or order a certain pizza special from Domino, or Pizza Hut. I'm sorry, Pizza Hut. Dead Space, great fucking game. If you guys were here like 2 months ago, I'm sure a couple of you were, you watched me beat Dead Space 1 and 2 on hardest difficulties on stream. Hashtag EA. Oh wait, this is Doom 3. Yep. As soon as I saw UAC, I knew it was Doom 3. I liked Doom 3. What I didn't like about... Here, let me pause this real quick. What I didn't like about Doom 3 was that they called it Doom 3. Had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the first 2 Doom games that came before it. I have a huge problem when games do that. And when movies do that. Don't call it don't give it a sequel number if it has nothing to do with the previous games or the previous movies. Why do people do that? Doom 3 was its own completely separated game. Nothing to do with Doom 1 or 2. The fuck? PlayStation 3 commercial? I do not remember this. What I do remember is, you guys remember the controversy of how much a fucking PlayStation 3 would cost if you wanted like a 20 gig PlayStation 3 versus a 50 gig PlayStation 3? It was like 20 gig PlayStation 3, like $500. You want 50 gig PlayStation 3? It's like $800 or something like that. I remember that. I was in high school when that came out. I was in my last year of high school. This is the GameCube version of Resident Evil, the remake, or reboot, or whatever. Still the best one. Yep, GameCube, yep, yep. Why did Scorpion just rise up out of sand in the desert? I don't understand. Have any of you guys seen the new Mortal Kombat movie? I'm still like kind of mad at myself. I haven't watched it yet. I love Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was one of those games, if you guys remember arcades, or if any of you are old enough to remember arcades, Mortal Kombat was the game that kids were always on. When you went to an arcade, you went to a Pizza Hut that had arcade games, or if you went to any kind of pizza place, Chuck E. Cheese, movie theaters, Mortal Kombat was the one that kids were always on, and you'd be lucky if you'd get to play. And if you did, there's always that one fucking asshole kid who is on the game the whole time, and he's like, no, only I get to be Scorpion. Only I get to be Scorpion, because that's my character. Don't copy me. Do you guys remember those kind of kids in arcades? Don't copy me. And then okay, so you choose some character you're not good with and play, and that kid, like, set it up to be, like, he'd win, because Scorpion was, like, one of the fastest characters in the game. Retro Glitch Jonathan says, Scorpion has entered the Sandman. Koifish says, I watched it. Kano carried it, man. Scorpion and Sub-Zero were good. as well. The rest has Power Rangers cheese. I like old Power... Well, actually, I've tried to go back and watch old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I just can't do it. Just like old Godzilla, I can't do it. Ultraman I can still do. Lionel Starkweather says, insert 25 cents. That was the kicker. Is that Mortal Kombat was one of those games that took 50 cents at the arcade. So you're paying half $1 to get your ass kicked by some shithead kid that tried to make you feel bad because he was older than you at the arcade and be like, don't copy me. Scorpion's my character. Now every time I play Mortal Kombat, I choose Scorpion. Oh, Twisted Metal Black, the best Twisted Metal game in my opinion. Twisted Metal Black was the peak of Twisted Metal games. Retro Glitch Jonathan says, speaking of arcades, I still play Mortal Kombat 4 at a local arcade. I mean, that's cool. I haven't been to an arcade in a long time. Is this Alien Resurrect? Whoa. Oh, the Jaguar. Who the fuck owned the Jaguar, man? I didn't know anybody that owned Jaguar. Oh, Resident Evil. Resident Evil 3 right here. It's amazing when you play Resident Evil 3, the original, and then you watch Resident Evil 2 Apocalypse. I think I pointed this out in my movie review. Shameless plug, Retro or Die on YouTube. In my movie review, I talk about how the movie respected the cutscenes of the video game. There are literally scenes in the movie that they did full reenactments of these cutscenes from Resident Evil 3. Fucking great. That's what you gotta do when making a video game movie. And that's the Nemesis I love. That's the Nemesis I love and respect. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. That's the Moby Dick Nemesis. Stars. Koifish says, so I got really good with Sonya in Mortal Kombat just for some reason. Used to school people in the arcade. So Koifish, are you telling me you were one of those guys? Were you one of those guys, Koifish, in the arcade that would do that to kids? Don't copy me. Only I can be Sonya. I hated how people did that. Viros Delta / Mazurius? Masurus? I'm sorry if I fucked up your YouTube name. You said, how are 2 streams of retro commercials on YouTube at once? 2 streams of retro commercials? What do you mean? I don't understand your question. You mean how are we watching this and I'm streaming it? If that's what you're asking, it's because I hate the fact that you have to watch ads on YouTube, so I'll download the commercials and then I'll put them on my Xbox and then we'll watch them. That way we don't have to worry about stupid YouTube ads popping up during us watching the retro game commercials, which YouTube has no right to claim, by the way. Koifish says, haha, I pick off Chars for that reason. Did you guys ever get into Diablo? I had Diablo 2 for PlayStation. That's a weird ass commercial right there. I don't remember seeing this commercial when I was a kid. So the GameCube was a goth chick, and as soon as he tried to look down at her boobs, it turned into a Mario game. That's strange. Oh, hey, this is what we were streaming this morning. If you guys didn't know, I streamed this morning for 4 hours. Silent Hill 2. Fucking amazing game, by the way. My favorite Silent Hill game. And then Silent Hill 4 The Room is number 2 for me. And then Silent Hill, the first one. The fuck game is this? It's Santa. Oh, you're capturing all of the... Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas? I never got to play this. And I loved Nightmare Before Christmas as a kid. Who didn't, as a kid, like Nightmare Before Christmas? I wonder if that game's any good. I could review that game. Oh my god. The NES action set. You could get the NES action set for $100 back in the day. Hold on, let me pause this. Koifish says, I pick characters that nobody else uses in fighting games to avoid arguments with coin hogs. Yeah, see, I hated that as a kid. I hated when you had an older teenage kid. When I would go to the arcades, this happened to me all the time when I was a kid. There's always one teenage kid, and he's like older teenager too, like 17, high school. And you're like 9 or 10, and this kid's like, no, you can't pick Scorpion. Only I can be Scorpion, so don't copy me. Like, making you feel like a dumb shit in front of other kids for wanting to pick Scorpion also. Viros Delta says, no, there are 2 streams on YouTube of commercials. I am here to cheat on the other one temporarily because their stream is having technical issues. I did not know that there was another YouTube channel streaming this. I'm streaming it on Twitch as well. What's the channel? The other one... Oh, you just answered my question. Lionel Starkweather says, I remember this commercial scaring off kids. Viros says, the other one is run by Dave's Archive. Dave's Archive. Interesting. Interesting. I'll have to check on that. I had no idea that other people did this. I do this probably... This is the first time I've done this in like 2 months. Normally I'm streaming Super Nintendo games and NES games on Friday afternoons. But hey, Viros Delta, if you enjoy... Hold on, let me pause this again. Shameless plug myself. Viros Delta, if you enjoy NES game reviews, Super Nintendo game reviews, PlayStation game reviews, horror movie and horror game reviews, which mostly my channel has, I suggest you checking out my videos. You don't have to subscribe if you don't like it, though. I never tell people to subscribe unless they enjoy the content. But I appreciate you checking out my stream, though. I won't tell Dave's Archive that you're cheating on him. Eternal Darkness, man. That's a game I wish I was able to play more often. The only time I was able to play Eternal Darkness was when I went over to a friend's house. Because he had the GameCube and I didn't. Eternal Darkness was fun, though. That's another game I feel like is forgotten about, is Eternal Darkness. This is a weird-ass commercial for Majora's Mask. What the fuck? Why is there all this live-action shit? Koifish says, I'm telling you, man, if you've not played Sanitarium, the 1998 PC is a masterpiece that you would love. It plays as well today. I'll have to check it out. Sanitarium. Is it on Steam? Because if it's on Steam, I'm sure my 2013 fucking computer can handle it.
So good luck.
Play hard. Win this one.
This is a really strange commercial for Majora's Mask. I do not remember seeing this one.
You've been tuned in.
Was this supposed to pull in like the adult crowd? Like bars that had TVs in them? It was like, oh my gosh, look at the new Zelda game.
You're listening to Radio Zelda.
It's so dramatic. It's like watching Cops.
I think we should take some phone calls. Hello, caller.
I feel like I'm watching Cops right now. Like the Bad Boy song should be playing as I'm watching this commercial.
Mom, I love you. And Dad, I missed you.
What is going on in this commercial? How did Nintendo pass this commercial?
Hey, kid. We're all pulling for you. So if you're listening...
How much cocaine was this guy snorting to think that this would have been a good idea for a commercial? It's like he's trying to film half an indie movie and just throwing in random clips of Majora's Mask in it.
This has been a broadcast of Radio Zelda.
I'm really not understanding this.
Good night, kid.
Hold on. Let's see what Veros has to say. Veros Delta says, I do not enjoy horror games. If you define horror games as relatively plotless titles with cheap jump scares and a ton of gore. Well, Veros, my channel's called Retro or Die, and it's called Retro or Die for a reason. We're talking about survival horror games back from the 80s. We're talking about horror games from the 90s and the very early 2000s. So we're talking about game reviews for Silent Hill. We're talking about game reviews for Extermination on PlayStation 2. Spawn Armageddon, which really isn't a horror game, but I love Spawn. So, Spawn games. What other games have I done? The Suffering. Evil Dead, the whole trilogy of the Evil Dead games for THQ. And then horror movies from the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. That's what we're talking about right there. And yeah, I have no problem with gore. Oh my god, Mr. Bucket, the freaking Chester fucking bucket thing. I didn't know any kid that had this game. If you guys have ever seen James Rolfe's video that he did on Board James, where they did the episode on this, I loved that episode. Oh my god. I remember wanting this game, but I never got it. And I think the reason why I never got this board game was because it required like Play-Doh in order to play it. I've only done I've only done one board game review. Oh my god, 13 Dead End Drive, great game if you guys have never played it. The only board game review I think I ever did was It from the Pit from the 90s. It from the Pit is a fucking amazing game. Amazing board game from the 90s. And if you've never seen that review, please check it out, because I think it is very, very well done still. As I know, I sound like I'm blowing myself, but I really enjoyed that game. And the review I wanted to make sure was very well done because of how much I loved it. I would have done Forbidden Bridge too and Fireball Island, but I don't own either one of those anymore. And then when I try to go buy Forbidden Bridge that I had as a kid, you can't find it complete anywhere. It's always pieces for parts and stuff, and it's really expensive. 13 Dead End Drive is a fun game, though. I prefer it more than Clue. There's more action. Oh my god, Candyland. Yeah, I played that all the time. That was like the only board game I could get my grandma to play with me. I think I could only get my grandma to play Candyland with me and Loopin' Louie, if you guys remember Loopin' Louie. Oh, Operation. Operation was a fun game, but I forget what year it was when I got it. I was like in 4th or 5th grade. I got a board game called Alien Autopsy. Because I loved X-Files and Aliens. And I got it for like Christmas or my birthday, and it was basically Operation but an alien. And you're just taking out alien body parts. The game's exactly the same. Exactly the same as Operation, but you're just dissecting an alien. Topple was a game that my grandma had. Oh, I remember seeing this game all the time on TV. I wanted this too, really bad, and it was a game that I never got. Jumpin' Monkeys looks hecka fun still today. Oh man, this game, see how fun board games look? In the 90s, they made them look so fun. Look, kids, Koifish says, look, kids having fun without phones and tablets. That's hilarious. That's absolutely true. That's why, like, you know, me and my wife, we play games with our daughter today still. Oh my god, I have to pause this before we get into this commercial right here. Me and my wife play games with our daughter today still, board games all the time. We play Clue, we play Monopoly and all that crap. We play Settlers of Catan. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever played Settlers of Catan, but that is like on like higher echelons of nerdy shit. But for me, I love playing those games, and I like buying the older ones. I bought my daughter for Christmas a Dream Phone, because it's like Clue, but for girls. And when I played it with them, I was like, man, this game's actually pretty entertaining. I don't know, I still love board games. But this right here, this commercial that's about to play, was a toy / game, I would say, that I wanted really, really, really bad as a kid. Because I loved horror and I loved Universal Monsters. Never got it. I wanted this guy so bad. Big Frank, man. I wanted this Frankenstein toy so bad. I was so jealous of this little kid in this commercial. That is such a cool toy. I keep telling my wife that I'm going to buy this, and she's like, why? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Because it's so cool and I never got it. That's why. Koifish says, I did not see Fix Me. Oh man, I thought it said, fuck me. Don't worry, my Twitch and YouTube channel don't edit out bad words, so you're not going to get in trouble for writing that in my chat. What the fuck is going on with this commercial? These commercials are frozen. Okay, hold on. Visceros says, or I mean, Visceros, what are you, a Final Fantasy character? Veros Delta says, I prefer games that are more surrealistic and include things such as unsettling visuals and eyes in weird places that invokes creativity if feeling stuck. So, like, Silent Hill, I mean, that's like stuff that Silent Hill does right there. Koifish says, I don't use Twitch much, so I'm careful, haha. No worries, man, no worries. Especially with the way Twitch... I know Twitch and YouTube have had, like, these weird censoring issues with curse words, but my channels don't have to worry about that. Visceros says... Visceros. Why do I keep calling you Visceros? Like your Final Fantasy. Veros Delta says, the tendency to imagine just what exactly might be going on in situations in which no clear answers are given. So yeah, like Silent Hill. Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3, and 4 are basically all left up to the player in that time to come up with their own ending. Even though you're given an ending to all 4 of those games, you're not given a real clear ending. It's one of those open-ended endings. And left up to interpretation. A lot like Stephen King books, you know what I mean? There's a lot of Stephen King books that are like that as well. Like The Shining. Shining's a perfect example. A lot of people have a lot of different takes on how The Shining ended and what The Shining meant. So, Veros Delta says, in that, my top horror games are Silent Hill 4 The Room. Silent Hill 4 The Room is fucking amazing. We were just talking about it today. And you said you don't like horror games. You do. Bad Dream Adventure. Room and Garage. I'll have to check that out. I've never heard of that. I'll have to check that out. I'm done with Mr. Bucket. I'm done with board games. Alright. Oh my god, Bonk. Bonk is a really rare game too now, which is crazy. Not so much the Super Nintendo one, but the NES Bonk is like still super rare and expensive. I did not have a TurboGrafx 16 when I was a kid. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back. Squeeze past you, Spawn. Okay. Alright, here we go. Back to the commercials. Koifish says, what I need to know was the ending of Inception. Was he still dreaming? I don't know. And it's gonna sound like blasphemy because I never fucking saw Inception. I never saw it. I'm really bad at keeping up with current movies. Even though Inception's not current. Oh wow, what the fuck? Veros Delta says, hold on, let me refresh this. Sorry, my stream is like fucking up right here. Veros says, Garage Delta is a game that's so obscure that it was lost for over a decade, if memory serves. I'll have to check it out, really. I'll have to check it out. It sounds... if it's a horror game that's like Silent Hill, I'm all for it. I love games like that. And Veros Delta, if you like games like Silent Hill 4, you're gonna like the videos I make on my channel when it comes to horror games and horror movie reviews. But, like I said, I never tell people to subscribe. Just check it out. If you like any of the videos and they entertain you, go ahead, go for it. Koifish says, what the fuck? That's 10 years old? Okay, please watch it. I know. I'm really bad when it comes to... I'm really bad when it comes to movies, guys. I really am. I'm really bad when it comes to movies, and I'm really bad when it comes to TV shows. I'm like the literal worst. The literal worst when it comes to movies and TV shows, man. I will check out Inception, but I still gotta watch that other movie that you suggested. That other movie you suggested, I still have saved on my phone. The Haunted Asylum, Gojium. Oh my god, Game Gear commercials. So I got a Game Gear for my birthday from my father. Forget which birthday. But it was the blue Game Gear. I still own the blue Game Gear today, to this day, but it doesn't work anymore, and I don't know how to fix it. I wish I did, but I don't know how to fix it. It just doesn't work anymore. It doesn't turn on. Lionel Starkweather says, have you watched Taxi Driver? Fuck yeah, I've watched Taxi Driver, Lionel Starkweather. I love fucking Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver is a fucking amazing film. Amazing film. Robert De Niro at his best. I still can't believe what's-her-face that's in the movie that plays the hooker.
Want to see more?
The girl that's in Silence of the Lambs. What's her name? I always forget her name. Oh my god, this is the Legend of Zelda commercial. Oh, I need to pause this. Or I'm not gonna pause it, okay. This is fucking great. The Japanese commercials from for Legend of Zelda. Look how cool their commercials were compared to our Legend of Zelda commercials. Veros Delta says, it's a rare PC game from '99. The developer is a super realist artist that has no other video games. Really? I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to look for like a commercial or something. And man, Ganon looks fucking badass right there. Koifish says Clarice. Yeah, exactly. I don't remember.
If you're not playing on a 3DO system.
Look at this commercial throwing shade at the Sega Genesis and the Super
What
Nintendo.
are you playing with? Presenting 3DO. The most
I never knew anyone that had a 3DO.
It's time to put away your toys.
Like, that's the system that would have cost like double the amount of a Super Nintendo back then.
So we thought we'd see how Killer here would fare against it. Ready, boys? That's 24 megs worth of weapons, worlds, and weirdos old Killer's up against. Nintendo's biggest game ever.
But anyway, back to what I was saying about Taxi Driver.
Let's see how we did.
Whoever the actress's name is, I always forget her name. But yeah, the girl that played Clarice in Silence of the Lambs, she was only 12 years old when she filmed that movie. How crazy is that? She was like 12 years old when she made that, when she was in that role. It's crazy. Again, I didn't know anyone that owned a Jaguar. And I've never seen a Xenomorph play with a person's severed arm. Retro Glitch says, you gotta love Japan creative video game commercials. Absolutely.
So what's blast processing do?
This is the one commercial that you always saw on TV when it came to Genesis. You gotta admit, creative commercials, man.
You don't have blast processing?
Super Mario Kart's a freaking serial killer van, and Sega Genesis is the absolute awesome speed racer.
Too much. To find out, we crammed everything into Super Mario.
Koifish says the damn thing was like $700 back then. Exactly. Like I went to public school as a kid, you know? I didn't have any freaking rich friends. We were all poor. One console, and that's it. And if you knew the one kid that had one of the other consoles that you didn't have, you went to each other's houses to play that console. Oh, back to my favorite commercial ever made, the Crash Bandicoot commercial. I need this costume, guys. I need this fucking Crash Bandicoot costume. I can't express it enough how much I want this costume. I want it so bad. I would go to every convention dressed like that with a freaking megaphone just like that and be like, Plumber Boy, your days are numbered. Veros Delta says, there is a let's play on YouTube you can probably get your hands on a copy because of the obscurity. I'll check it out. I really need to. Koifish says, blast processing power. Gotta go fast.
You want to see something really cool? Check this out.
Mario 64, man.
What am I, a monkey? You can zoom in, zoom out, change it.
Who doesn't love Mario 64? Metal Mario? And of course, me being me as a kid and loving horror movies growing up, I loved going back to the Haunted Mansion thing with all the booze. It was great.
An evil empire is sucking the life force from the planet.
I could do commercials like this. Who did the They don't do commercials like this anymore. They have like a movie announcer guy.
Save the world. If he
An
succeeds,
evil power is going to take over the world.
If he fails,
only Cloud can stop it.
The reset button.
Hit your reset button. Final Fantasy VII. Oh my god, Pokemon commercials. This is the very first Pokemon North American commercial right here. When I saw this as a kid, I literally almost shit my pants because I was so excited.
Where can you catch all 150 Pokemon?
In your Game Boy, that's where.
Yeah, on your Game Boy, that's where. Pokemon
And that's
for
a Game Boy Pocket
Those
right
packs, you
there.
can catch 'em
I didn't
all.
have a Game
Games
Boy
and systems
Pocket
sold
yet.
separately.
I had to play Pokemon on the original Game Boy. Oh well, damn, this is an HD version of Zelda Ocarina of Time. My sister-in-law, huge fan of Zelda. My sister-in-law loves Zelda. And the funny thing is, she's like 10 years younger than I am. But I guess like Ocarina of Time came out at that perfect time for her when she was a kid. So for I think last Christmas, me and my wife bought her a real-life Ocarina. It's pretty badass. When I saw it, I fucking wanted it because it was so cool. But yeah, real-life Ocarina we bought her. It was fucking really cool.
And what do you want this year, son?
I want a bicycle.
A bicycle?
A bike?
Well, would you prefer something...
Oh my god.
Cool Borders?
I want a bicycle.
Oh, Cool Borders was fucking great. Is that supposed to be Sweet Tooth?
No, you want Jet Moto.
Jet Moto.
Siphon filter? What about
Siphon filter, you can get that for like $3.
Look, can't you do it for Santa? Take it. I hate mall Santas.
Oh my god. Santa was about to strangle that kid. Kid, if you tell me you want fucking Twisted Metal, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Something's gone
I love
wrong
this
in the
commercial right
happy
here.
world of Nintendo. Introducing Super Smash
This
Brothers,
was another
where all
game
your
I almost
favorite
shit my
characters go
pants when I
toe-to-toe
saw it.
in one
A fighting
four-player,
game with fucking
star-studded
Pikachu
Slam
versus
Fest only
Mario?
on Nintendo 64.
Lionel Starkweather says, I want Manhunt 3.
Let's go.
Yeah, me too. You're not the only one who wants fucking Manhunt 3. Final Fantasy VII blew your mind. Final Fantasy VII was good. Veros Delta says, I have a childhood grudge against about most Mario games. Partially because of the lack of save points. And partially because I could spend hours playing Sonic as a 10-year-old. So Veros, were you one of those lucky kids that had a Sega Genesis? I didn't know anyone my age at that time that had both systems.
Yo, Sonic! Man, stay off the high speed.
Besides going to a kid's house that I knew that had a Genesis, after school care when I was a kid had a Genesis. And that's where I played a lot of Toe Jam and Earl back then. Was on the Genesis. In fucking elementary school. I actually have a lot of funny memories that I could tell you guys. I definitely have one funny story about me.
I am?
And my one friend
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how pretty do you think
leaving
I am?
elementary school daycare to go back to his house
92?
one day.
Oh, come on, you're embarrassing me. Hold on, I got another call. Hello?
What the fuck?
Some
So this
things are
girl's,
just
like,
better to
stupid?
do with other people. Like Gauntlet Legends, where the more people you get to play, the more chance
Dawn
you
of
stand to
Legend.
survive.
What is it supposed to be?
I'm
Gauntlet?
voted prettiest girl in America? I have not.
Oh, it is Gauntlet. I had Gauntlet on N64. Gauntlet was fucking awesome.
Okay, how about, because we got to think like a lizard.
Koifish says,
Oh, thank you.
Streets of Rage
Thank
2
you. It's very nice.
changed my
Put a
life.
Gex on
Streets
ya.
of Rage
Here comes
2
the
was
Gexter.
fucking
Help me.
amazing. And it had a lot of
Let's
adult
Gex with it.
themes in
I
Street
am the
Rage
Gexter.
2.
I am the Gex man.
But you know what? I think it's because kids could handle... Oh my god, Gex!
We'll use a real
Gex!
live
What we were talking about earlier. Look, Gex is holding that chick's
what then?
tits.
Anything?
In that picture. That was on TV. That was on TV. You know why?
Nothing.
Because kids in the 90s and the 80s could fucking handle shit like that.
Can you, like, move like a lizard?
Like ferocious.
Yeah.
Like mean.
Oh,
you know,
Veros
like
Delta says, I am 21. What's a Genesis?
very good. Yeah.
I am
Yeah,
joking,
good,
but
yeah.
seriously, my first system was a Wii.
6, and-
Hey, Veros Delta, you're all welcome here, man. I'm 33. There's no problem with that, bud.
That's very
No
good.
problem. The Wii had good horror games on it, right?
Yeah, thanks. Wow. Wow. That's
We were just talking about Gex, though. That's fucking great. I love Gex, man. What's your favorite scary movie?
Who is this? You watching TV? Maybe. Who is this?
Oh my god, it is a fucking Scream parody.
27-inch? Yeah. Picture in picture? I guess so. Swivel base? How'd you know? Under a white ceramic duck wearing a yellow
What is
raincoat.
this?
Where are you? Open the drapes.
Oh my god, what commercial is this? I've never seen this. Oh my god, it's Gex!
Revolutionary 3D graphics, free-roaming gameplay. It's Gex, Enter the Gecko.
That's fucking amazing! Gex Scream commercial? Oh my god, that's amazing! Glover is a shitty game, by the way. Don't fucking buy Glover. Koifish says, I used to be young like you, but I took a wife and a kid to the knee. I think a lot of us have done that, including me.
Let's play.
Oh my god, one of the rarest N64s that you could ever find now is the Pikachu
Reel it in.
He talks to Pikachu.
N64.
Pikachu listens.
Pikachu, come here.
Meanwhile, I'm getting fat. I walk myself.
And let me tell you,
Where's
this
the
commercial
love?
is very
Hey, you Pikachu
misleading.
for N64. Rated
That
E for
fucking
everyone. Good for
microphone
you,
didn't
bad
work
for
very
pets.
well.
Looking for love here.
Special Pikachu edition N64 at participating.
That's one of the rarest Nintendo 64s out there now, is that Pikachu Nintendo 64.
You gotta see this. I need witnesses. Pikachu, over here. It listens. If only my family would. What? I'm talking to Pikachu, my new best friend.
I'm not talking to you, Mom.
Pikachu,
Give me a Coke. All I wanted was a Pepsi. But she wouldn't give it to me. Just a Pepsi.
Hey! Hey, Moo! Pikachu! My sister, the Pokemon master.
Koifish says, alright, brother. Nice chat. Heading off to get some sleep. We'll be
Pikachu
talking.
understands almost
Alright,
200
man.
words.
Thanks for joining the
My sister
stream,
knows,
dude.
like,
I really appreciate it. Get some good sleep, and definitely, me and Koifish are going to be hooking up next week to be doing a dual stream. It's going to be good. It's going to be real good.
Pikachu, Oddish. See? Pikachu trusts me. That's because
Yeah,
Professor
Pikachu,
Oak's
don't you
always there to
see?
help.
Stupid, that's an
Sometimes
Oddish right
friends are
there.
good to have. Of course, that
This
toy
is back
doesn't
when there was
friends.
only 150
Dude,
Pokemon.
what's this? It's Hey You, Pikachu.
Now there's like
Dude,
800
can I play?
Pokemon or something like
now I'm
that.
everybody's best friend. Okay, first, it's a one-person game. And second, you have to get Pikachu to trust you. Things like that don't just happen overnight.
I love it.
Dude, so can I play?
Old
I'm
Pokemon
telling you,
Pikachu was a
it's
fat
patience.
ass, you know?
Patience is a virtue. Once you get Pikachu to
I do
trust
love
you,
that
there's
about
all
old
kinds of
Pikachu.
games to
Pikachu
play,
was
things to
a
do,
fat fuck.
like searching for buried treasure.
If you look at
Having
old
picnics,
artwork and you look
or
up all
going
the stuff
fishing.
of the original Pokemon games,
Pikachu,
Pikachu
go
was a
harder.
fat ass.
See?
That's what made him
listens and
cute.
does stuff
Pikachu
you
was a
don't
fat
do.
ass.
It's way cooler than just a game. It's just like having a pet. Without the litter box.
Just like how Mario was. Mario was the fat ass and Luigi was the skinny guy, right?
What did I say?
And then as time went on, and we became more politically correct, Pikachu got skinnier, and so did Mario. Mario's just as skinny as Luigi now. You can't even tell them apart, except for the colors.
Pikachu, carrot. Dude, he didn't
I think
do
that's
it. It's just a cartoon.
injustice.
Sometimes Pikachu only does what he wants.
How do you know he's a he? Maybe Pikachu.
Lionel Starkweather says he was a fat bastard. He was. Mario and Pikachu were little fat bastards, and that's what made them like cute and endearing, and you know, it gave them their own personality. Like you knew the difference between Mario and Luigi.
Built-in voice recognition system, and of course, your new best friend, Pikachu.
Get Pikachu to come to you.
No, have Pikachu smash a pinata. Pikachu.
That was a weird thing for the mom to say.
This is a dream come true.
Did you hear what the mom said?
All you have to do is bring him home and just say, "Hey, you, Pikachu."
And this game also, I believe, worked somehow
Pikachu, let's play.
with like the Pikachu Tamagotchi, if you guys remember that. Oh my God, GoldenEye.
007. And the first Bond adventure.
I still play this game from time to time. Me and my wife, we do split screen. And I'm a little ashamed to say it, she's better at me at it. She kills me. She knows where to find the golden guns every time. She fucking murders me with them.
Nintendo 64. See the next Bond movie, Tomorrow Never Dies.
She is a badass with GoldenEye, and she's a badass with
The bugs are coming. But not in
Mario Kart 64. She knows all the fucking ways
Control
to beat
3
me.
futuristic characters. Grab some heavy artillery.
Was this Centipede?
120 levels of superbugs in this sci-fi.
Or no, this is Harvest, right? Harvest 64.
Only on N64.
Oh no, it's not. It's Gemini. What the fuck? Why did I think it was Harvest? I never cared about baseball games, golf games, basketball games, so this is like out of my... See, if this guy were to come up to me and say I'm Kim Griffey Jr., I wouldn't know who the fuck he was. As like blasphemous as that probably sounds to a lot of you.
It's just a moose.
Muffin is a half tabby, half calico who loves giving
What is this? Adopt a critter.
Part lab, part husky,
Oh, that's a
and he
cute
takes
dog.
balls. Kirby is part
Oh my god, Kirby.
and he loves to combine these in
Oh man, Kirby 64 was fucking amazing. I love Kirby 64.
two wonderful pets to choose.
Kirby just killed all those cute pets.
Is Jason here?
Jason around?
That was that kid
If you win the
from
Kellogg's
Malcolm in the
Nintendo
Middle.
64 sweepstakes, you better get ready for a party.
Jason!
I never won any of these kind of competitions.
Or even the grand prize, a block
The
party
stuff
for
where you
you
had to
and
write in the
64
like cut out the magazine thing and write your name. I never won anything
Many will
like that.
play. Only one in 64 will win.
And who the frick liked
Muffin is a tabby.
what the fuck was that cereal?
Bud is a retriever.
I didn't know anyone that liked that cereal as a kid.
Kirby is just Kirby.
Kirby's back with amazing new attack combinations in Kirby 64. Rated E.
Frosted Flakes. Fucking hated that.
We are in for a battle tonight. This is your night, baby. Let's go get it. Time to spend the money. Come on. Go take it from him. I'm a bad man.
Muhammad Ali? What game is this?
Cyber Ali and his jump dumping hammer.
Is this N64 Muhammad Ali?
Boom boom banshees. Knockout Kings 2000.
Oh no, that's PlayStation. Okay, I never played that.
Hi, I'm Bob Carney, and we are one-on-one with Kobe Bryant.
Oh my God, Kobe.
Unbelievable game last night against the Knicks. They played Knicks last Let's take a look at the
He,
highlights.
his death is terrible. I know who Kobe Bryant is, but man, his
You got up there and
I can't feel anything but bad for his death and his daughter's death, man. That's just like the way that they died is fucked up. That helicopter crash completely fucked
Let's
up.
have a moment of silence for the defense on that one.
How long has he been in there?
20 minutes.
Tell him we're gonna play through.
All right.
We got plenty of time.
Donkey Kong, one of 14 Nintendo characters teamed it up in Mario Golf.
What is it?
Only on 64.
Mario Golf.
Now in exactly 1 minute and 13 seconds.
Lionel Starkweather says, "I don't like sports games much." Yeah, me neither. Sports games are not really my thing. The closest I ever got to what would be considered a sports game back in the day would be the Tony Hawk games and Cool Borders. I love the Tony Hawk games. Tony Hawk Underground and Tony Hawk 4 being my favorites. Tony Hawk 2, I think, had the best soundtrack, but Tony Hawk Underground is definitely my favorite out of all the Tony Hawk games, and that's the closest I ever got to sports games. If you consider, you know, I don't consider Mario Kart a sports game, even though it's racing.
An N64 system and other tough stuff. Stop in or write for a free entry form. Many will enter, few will win. So put the pedal to the metal and the rubber to the road. Throw that joystick in overdrive.
Why is there poop getting thrown at the glass? I don't understand. Carnivals, man. Mario Kart 64 scary commercial.
For a 360-degree burnout.
Well, okay, these kids did acid before they decided to go to this carnival, obviously. They did mushrooms or acid. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Really kicks ass? Fault?
Yeah. We're getting calls about a wild party over here. Know anything about it?
Hey, it's
I didn't think so.
Tweety from frickin' Even Stevens.
It's me! Could you step outside, please? Welcome to Mario Party, where you and 3 friends battle it out all night long. With 6 adventure boards.
I still play these games today, the Mario Party games. I fucking hate that fishing one. That fishing one is such an asshole. See, Nintendo would never have a commercial nowadays where it shows Mario getting arrested by police.
I know the princess. We went to grade school together.
Can't let you kid. You're wearing a tie. It's time for Mario Party.
Mario Party. This is another Mario Party game. Mario Party 2. Yeah, it's a good one. That's my personal favorite one out of the 3. Out of the trilogy.
Pizza! Him.
Oh, hell yeah, pizza. I don't know what this is.
I stand humbled by your glory.
I'm surprised we haven't seen any Grand Theft Auto commercials.
Who's been to the party? Mario Party 3. New characters, new adventure boards, and over 70 new mini-games.
Mario Party 3 is good, it's just...
Mario Party 3 rated E for everyone.
I get beaten in that one all the time.
See that one guy?
What a Just Mario Tennis.
Check out the new ride. It's
Whoa. Bummer. Dinosaurs hate
Yep,
being
Mario
smashed on
Tennis.
something. Remember a new Mario Tennis, only on N64 rated E.
Buddy. Good game. Way to go.
They literally put Mario on everything. Racing, tennis.
No clue.
The only thing I've never
one
seen
guy?
Mario in is boxing.
What
When are they going to come out with Mario
Check out the new
boxing?
ride. It's
Whoa. Bummer. Ladies. Dinosaurs hate being smashed on something. Remember a new Mario Tennis with
Bowser's
16
not a
players, blazing
dinosaur.
balls, and 4
Why do they
player
keep
action,
calling him a
only on
dinosaur in
N64
this?
rated E for everyone.
Engine? Check. Fuel? Check. Tires?
Well,
check. Helmet?
alright guys.
Check.
Okay, aerodynamic.
I'm going to end the stream here tonight. We've been streaming for 2 hours. I think that's a good live stream for Drunken Friday. Watching old retro game and toy commercials. Actually, we didn't get to the toy commercials yet, but I'm going to end the stream here tonight. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday nights. A good weekend. New videos will be coming out on Monday. The Pumpkinhead 3 movie review. And I'll be recording gameplay this weekend on the next game review that I'm doing. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And, yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Lionel Starkweather, thank you. Koi Fish, thank you. Veros, Delta, I hope you have a good rest of the night if you're still here or watch videos on the channel. Maybe you'll enjoy yourself, I don't know. And everyone else that got to watch tonight and be here. Retro Glitch, Jonathan, everyone else. Yeah. Have a good rest of the weekend. Stay safe. And I'll see you on Monday morning when we do Control. And then on Tuesday, Lionel Starkweather, on Tuesday, we're going back to Silent Hill 2. Going back to Silent Hill 2. So, yeah. Hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend, and I will see you later.